Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows? Only time. And who can say if your love grows as your heart shows? Only time.
Good morning and welcome back to history class. I hope you're having a good day. We were talking yesterday about China. We were talking about early China, their first empire, their first emperor, their first dynasties. Today I want to talk about the Chinese people themselves. The Chinese people were very intelligent, and they're very inventive. They came up with a lot of things that we use today that were discovered in China and brought over to the West. A lot of things that you probably don't even think about. You just take them for granted. You say, oh, that's there. Where did that come from? I don't know. I don't care. But they did a whole bunch of things that we don't even think about. The four most famous ones are, well, the first one is paper making. Here are here's a picture drawing of the Chinese making paper. Yes. Now, when we did Egypt, we talked about papyrus, which is an early kind of paper, but that was made by drying some reeds out and weaving them together. This is people making the actual paper out of trees that we use today. It was invented about 100 years or so after Jesus was born. And because they invented paper, they also invented the second big thing, which was printing. You see, before, if you wanted to write something down for everybody to see, you had to make lots and lots of copies by hand. You had to sit down and write them all out by yourself. Well, the Chinese figured out a way to make lots of copies of the same thing over and over and over and over again without having to sit down and copy out every little single word by themselves. They would put everything basically on a big block and then cover that block with ink, stamp that block of wood on a piece of paper, and there you go, printing. Another one of their big inventions was this. That is a compass. If you don't know what a compass is, basically that little thing you see sticking out there, that's a magnet, and it will always point to the north. So if you get lost, it helps you have an idea of where you are. You just look at that, you say, where is north? North is that way, okay, and I want to head east. And so you turn, and you can go in the direction that you want to go. They invented that. It helped the Chinese to explore. Their fourth big invention was gunpowder. Gunpowder. This allowed them to invent things like rockets and cannon and fireworks. Chinese fireworks are a big thing even to this day. But those are the four biggest inventions they came up with. They came up with a whole bunch of other things too. Like here, you see this? These are the Chinese flying kites. They invented kites. They used them as ways to signal their armies from far away. And of course, now they're used as toys. They invented noodles, pasta. Well, a lot of people think that pasta and spaghetti and all that comes from India. No, it started in China first, about 4,000 years ago. They invented this. See the guy there? He's pushing an old Chinese wheelbarrow. A little platform there with one wheel on them that allows them to carry lots of stuff by themselves. Probably their most famous invention is this. That's called the Great Wall of China. It was put on their border to keep armies from attacking them. Some people say you can see this from the moon. That's not true. It's not that big. But you can see it from space because it's 5,500 miles long. It's huge. Another thing they invented was this. That's called porcelain. Porcelain, Porcelain. It's a type of pottery. And they invented that in a way of covering it with a special liquid that would keep it nice and shiny and new looking longer. There's still some of these around to this day, and they're worth thousands, if not millions of dollars. Another big thing they invented was tea. Tea. They discovered tea. They used it as a medicine originally, and then later as a drink. The Chinese are crazy about tea, even to this day. They have fought wars over it with England. And here's another thing they invented. You know what that is? That's called an abacus. It's sort of like an early version of a calculator. It's to help them do math better. And I could go on and on and on and on and on and on. I'm not going to. We'll be here forever. But the point is, these are some of the things that the Chinese invented. They're a very intelligent people, and we use their inventions to this day. All right. So I gave you a piece of paper and with 5 spaces on it. So all I want you to do today is go back and write down 5 of these Chinese inventions. All right, it can be any ones you want, or if you can find some other ones that I haven't talked about, you can do that if you want to. But that's your history class for today, and I will see you on Thursday.